All right, bro, what's good?
What's good with you? What's going on, pimpin'?
Man, for the people who don't know you, introduce yourself and what it is you do.
So my name is WYSE. I'm a artist, record label owner, producer, songwriter, just connoisseur of everything. A Renaissance man, as you would say. I would love to be in that vein eventually, but definitely artist, writer, producer, record label owner. Those are like the top 4 or 5 things right there. So
yes, whole lot of shit.
Whole lot.
It's entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, yes, entrepreneur, absolutely, yes, sir.
So where are you from?
I claim North Carolina, but my mom says I'm really from Atlanta.
You remember Atlanta?
That's what I'm saying. I don't. I was also when I was as a baby, I was born in South Carolina, and then I was in New York till I was maybe 2, 3. Came back down to South Carolina, then ended up in North Carolina. So my formative years are Carolina. I claim Carolinas, but my mom says I'm really from Atlanta, and I was like, okay. So
well, shit. How'd you end up in Colorado?
I ended up basically school. Being at the Art Institute, so shout out to the Art Institute. But I really wanted to go to school for music. I had a passion for music ever since I was a kid. My mom used to play like these old records in the house, and I really just wanted to bask in that, but I really wanted to learn the craft. I was like, man, I'm over here rapping on my favorite records. I want to rap.
Exactly.
And so that's how I got to Colorado. I begged my mom. I was like, yo, mom, can we do, how can I go to school? And so I eventually was able to get to the Art Institute by essay. I did an application form.
Yeah.
And I went to CU Denver for like a semester. It was quick. But then I transferred and went out to the Art Institute. Once I got applied for everything, came over, and it took us like maybe 3 days to drive here.
Damn.
My mama did all the driving, and I was scared for my life.
So you didn't get to Colorado till you was pretty much an adult then?
I didn't get to Colorado till I was like 20.
Oh shit! So how was your childhood in North Carolina?
Childhood in North Carolina was a lot of ups and downs for me. People would classify me on the outside as having a normal childhood. Yeah. I had mental issues.
Yeah.
That I didn't understand, that I didn't know, which now I'm doing, which it kind of coincides with the podcast, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, I had a lot of mental issues. I was very emotional as a child. I have an older sister, so she was, by the time I was 7, she was 17, 7 years older, and she went to the military. Yeah. And so I had to deal with my mom, and I had to deal with all the emotional abuse that I suffered during that time frame. So my formative years of what I could remember, I was always crying. I was always hurt. I was always emotional, and that's when the music came about.
You remember the first time you started dabbing with music? Did you write? Was you just an avid listener or
avid listener? My first song that I remember hearing was the classic Common joint, I Used to Love Her.
Yeah.
And that I saw the video to it, and I was like, whatever this is, I want to do that. Whatever. What is he doing? And then by him, I started listening to some other artists. Yeah. Again, this was at 7 years old, and I eventually got hip to Jay-Z, which is like my idol. The GOAT, the God.
Right.
So yeah, that's when it really all started for me.
Man. So we gonna kind of fast forward. We talk about the childhood, then we kind of jump from being 20, coming out here to college, Art Institute.
Yeah, college.
Graduated, right?
Yes, I graduated from the Art Institute, absolutely. So I have a valid bachelor's degree. Before the shutdown happened, I have a valid bachelor's degree in audio production. So yes.
So you know what the fuck you doing?
Yes, sir, I do.
You could teach me some stuff. I might need a WYSE class.
Let me know. I'll help you out. No charge, because you the homie.
Or I might send someone your way, because I'm looking to employ an audio engineer soon. You know what I'm saying? So I might need someone to to be the best he can be.
I can do that. That is not an issue over here. You let me know, brother.
Let's go. So recently, you done had a kid, man.
Oh yeah, man. Whole dad out here now,
man. How that feel?
It feels challenging.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, it feels challenging. It feels like I don't know anything, and I hate that space.
Yeah.
I hate the space of it's the anxiety for me of like, hey, I can't control this.
Yeah.
I have control issues, and me being vulnerable in that moment, I have to understand that he's a baby. He doesn't know anything, and I'm learning with him.
And it's your responsibility.
And it's my responsibility, and I have to also understand that him being a baby, he's actually teaching me more than I would ever teach him. And so I have to adjust my mentality and my brain and say, hey, I can't control what's going on right now. Like, okay, cool, he pooped. All right, okay, what's next? Instead of me saying, why'd you poop? You should know how to, like, wait a minute, bro.
How old is he?
He's only 6 months.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Why'd you poop?
Yeah, like, why'd you poop? I mean, it sounds crazy. It's like, man, well,
but it's natural.
It's natural because I'm a new dad. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't like that space of not knowing, and so therefore I have to adjust my thought patterns and understand that, hey, he's a growing being.
Yeah.
And we are learning together, and we are doing this together, and that's just it's a challenge, but it's a loving challenge as well. I love it every second being a dad.
That's dope, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to that day, man.
Oh boy, he gonna be carrying the camera around. He gonna be like, yo,
hey, for
Pop, what we doing?
Exactly. Like, I pull up to the shoot, he gonna have.
He gonna be shooting half the videos. You gonna be sitting while he doing all the work.
I'm gonna be directing.
Exactly. You gonna be super directing.
You gonna be putting in that work.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm proud of you though.
Thank you,
man.
Thank you, brother.
That's something that a lot of men run from.
Ooh.
When that time comes, and she keeping it, they out of there.
I had a few scares, and I was like, man, I can't do another one. Right now.
You had this one with the right one, though, right?
No.
Oh,
to be completely honest, no, I did not have it with the right one. But it's a working. I call it a working relationship. We are co-parenting.
It's another challenge.
It's another challenge. I have to deal with some difficulties of her being the mother, but then again, that's his mother. I have to respect her. She has to respect me, and we have to understand that we are doing this no matter if we're in a romantic relationship or not.
Yeah.
We always have to consult each other. We always have to talk to each other. This is our child that we're raising together, and we have to do it as a unit.
Hey, part of being responsible.
Part of being responsible. Whew, and accountability.
Yeah.
That's another word that some people are allergic to.
Man. I know.
Yeah.
I'm quick to be like, yeah, I fucked that up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm quick. Now I am. Before I used to do the blame game a lot. But then as you grow older, as you get wiser.
Yeah.
no pun. But as you get older and as you get wiser, man, you start to grow up. Because like, who wants to be content in in one space all the time? You have to elevate yourself. Once you find yourself getting comfortable, that should kind of scare you.
Yeah. It feels like you're starting to die.
It's starting to die. Yeah, the minute that you stop living is when you start dying.
It sounds extreme, but it's fucking real.
Right. I had to do that in high school too, so I like to switch my mind to get past it. But yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna transition to music, man.
Yes, sir.
What or who? You kind of already elaborated with this earlier, but we're gonna run it back. What or who made you fall in love with music?
Jay-Z, Nas, Common, Black Star.
New York shit.
Yeah, New York shit. It was primarily
Chicago.
And Chicago a little bit. Queen Latifah. Let me see, Light. Just and also like producers. Like I would look up credits on the albums, and I would look up like who played this, who did this. But those were like the big main influences. But that's when I really started getting into like production. I'm like, all right,
who's your producer influences?
Producer influences.
I'm gonna guess one.
Go ahead, guess one.
DJ Premier.
Oh.
Ninth Wonder.
Yes.
I guess.
Don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with Primo. Primo is. Hold on. I'm not gonna disrespect the legend right here. But definitely Ninth Wonder. Swizz, Jermaine Dupri, is like is one of the ultimate guys for me. And then Pharrell and Timbaland's drums. You just the things that man can do with drums is just ridiculous. So all of those are like big influences from a producer standpoint. Oh, sorry, let me go back to musical influences that kind of help shape the sound now. Dwale. Just got Music Soul Child. Some neo soul, contemporary R&B guys and girls that really opened up the lane for me to say I don't have to do it just one way.
Man, I ain't gonna go over my influences, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's okay, man. That's what we in for.
I might need to do another interview of my own.
There you go. So you have to. You have to.
All right. So, did you have like your ability to produce, write naturally, or go?
Oh no, I had to work on that. I'm still working on that. I remember when I first started. Yeah, when I had to first started making records, it was whack. Like my first album, it's still out on the platforms, but it's whack. It's hella whack.
Mine too.
So it's like, but here's the deal with it. Like I used to be in a booth at school. I ain't gonna say I skipped class. Don't skip class. But let's just say like on breaks, I would take longer than necessary to come back, and I would go to the studio because I would have access to it, and I would go put a song on and record my vocals and try to match what the song was doing. So whoever was rapping, like a Ryan Leslie joint or a Hove joint or whatever, I would go and try to rap the song word for word to get a better feel of recording, to get a better feel of how to record a song, how to deliver cadences, flows, how to master certain techniques, your breath control. So I was doing all of that when I first got to school. When I first got to the Art Institute.
Yeah, so you just practicing. It's like you were just tracing over.
Yeah, I was tracing. Basically, I was tracing. Just tracing vocally. And I was like, all right, this is getting a little boring. After like a couple months, I was like, all right, I need to make my own records.
Start writing your own.
Start writing my own.
Well, remember that first song?
Jeez.
You already said it was trash, but
it was trash, but it featured actually my ex-girlfriend on it. It's on the album. I forgot the name of the record, but it's on the first. It's on the first album. The first one I think I officially wrote all the way through. I can't remember the name, but yeah, it was. That's dope. Yeah, it was. The first album was
What year was that?
This is 2016. I got to school by 2013.
Yeah.
Top of January 2013, the new year. And then by the time 2016 came around, first album came out. So that album took, technically you could say from a school standpoint, 3 years. But that album literally took 20 years to make.
Damn. My first one was 2012. But I've been like writing music. I had rhyme books full probably since like 2007.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it takes that long to develop a skill and then be comfortable and confident in that skill.
To do it in front of people.
To do it in front of people. My very first show I remember, I was in high school still, and it was I was so lucky and blessed to be a part of the James Brown band. So the guy who actually throws the cape on James Brown all those years back in the 70s, I forgot his name.
Damn.
But I was performing with him and his band. It was called the JB Band. And I performed in front of an auditorium of like 300 people. And that was my first show with a live band. Never did it before, didn't know what I was doing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go out here and ride. And we had rehearsals, but back before, I didn't even know what rehearsals were like. That was like, oh, okay, we gotta go rehearse, cool. And I was like, all right, bet. And so I'll be up in rehearsal and they'd be like, I'll be rapping. I'm like, oh snap, this is kind of dope, but can we switch it up a little bit? So I already had like a little bit of, I had a little taste. Yeah. When I mean a taste, I mean a little taste. And I had to do it 2 nights in a row.
Killed it though, right?
Killed it. Killed it though. Killed the show. I think it ended up on like a compilation album or something like that. I think it's on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, it was 300 people the first night. And I think about 200 or 300 the next night. Something like that.
That's dope, man.
First, I was like, what? Maybe 16? Maybe 17? Maybe?
Man, my first show had like 50 people there. It was at the Roxy. That's why.
On the Roxy.
It ended up being my favorite place to perform. Like, shit, it was a comfort zone. I was trash. My voice was all high pitched because I was nervous. I was all squealing and shit.
Yeah, sometimes that's how it happens. Because you have to get through those. You have to get through those moments. And as a kid, like I was fearless like that. So I was like, it really didn't bother me. But now as I get older and I care about the production, my nervousness is on, my anxiety is on sky high. I don't talk to nobody for like an hour before the show. Like it's not even to be mean to people.
It's like I'm in my zone.
I'm trying to get in my zone. Please do not talk to me for like a whole hour. And people have to understand that. And it gets hard. But hey, it's like, hey, this is part of the process. But when I step on stage, I'm still nervous while I'm rapping, but I get comfortable. When I get comfortable, I stop to go.
With me, I get up there in like the first 30 seconds. I'm nervous as shit to where like my hands are shaking with the mic.
Bruh.
Nervous and something just happens. After that 30 seconds, everything just like smooths out. And it's like,
that's what happens.
Go from like judging me, like, you know, in my head. Like, everyone's judging me to, these are all my bitches. I'm in total control of all this.
You are the master of ceremonies, the
exactly.
MC. You are the master of ceremonies. So
it's like a wave that hits you to where you just
it's calm. And I just did a show with my boy Hash. So shout out to my boy Hash.
He was the last person that was in this chair.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Hash is amazing. That's my brother. That's my brother right there. So I just did a show with him on, from his tour, and it's just dope I haven't been on stage in a while, so being able to do that whole crowd control, and that's the best I've ever sounded. Yeah. And so I was like, ooh.
Got that bug back.
Yeah, I got that bug back. It's coming back a little bit. I was like, oh, let me go. So more shows are definitely coming.
Definitely. So we talked briefly about like your first project and how it's trash and shit.
Yeah.
Any other projects you have out or on the way?
6 albums out right now.
Okay.
4 of them I did. 3 of them I did in school. The other 4 were out of school. Okay. My crazy work ethic. It'll all correlate in a minute, but the fact that I was in school, people used to get mad at me because I used to be the guy that hogged all the studio time.
Well, shit.
People fit in. Get in where you fit in. I was like, man, we got a $3 million studio sitting here. You telling me you think I'm about to let you just sit around here and play music on it? You can do that on your phone.
Right.
And I'm like, no, let's record some records. So some people admired the work ethic, and I could tell real quick who did. Yeah. But some people like, why y'all's in the studio? Why are you not?
They ain't there trying to be cool. They ain't
trying to be cool. Some people get tense like that. Some people be really in their feelings when they see you working and they're not. But they don't know how to express that they need help or they want you to be a part of. Yeah, pride. That's all it is. Pride. It's their pride and their ego. I used to barge in on sessions. Yeah. Hey y'all, like, what y'all doing? Because I want to learn. Yeah. And I want to be a part. It's not on no rude joint. It's just, I'm just trying to get an understanding. I just want to learn. And once I finally started getting down what compressors did and EQs and the saturation knob, oh, what's parallel compression? Okay, it's this. Oh, once I started being like, oh, outboard gear, cool. Signal flow, amazing. Now we on it. Now I'm in this place. You're not getting me. You're not getting me out. So you might as well book around me. It got to the point where they changed the rules of the studio. All because I used to be in there all the time. I used to hog it. I used to go up in there, going back and forth through classes and always do it. But sorry, I kind of got off touch. No, you're good. You're good. But what's the what was the main question? What was the album? Yeah, what you have out and what's on the way? So 6 albums out right now. The latest album is called Love, Life, and Lessons. And I have a new album coming. Hopefully I can have it by the middle of next year out. I'm a perfectionist a little bit. It gets that way. Yeah. But it's only gonna be like 7 tracks. It's only gonna be like 7 tracks. I think that's a good. And it's called. I don't want to give a name out because people like to steal stuff. But
try to beat you to it.
Try to beat me to it. Yeah. So I've been there. Right. Exactly. I'm telling you, bro. It's real. So I do have a new album coming out, and it's basically like a period of it's a timestamp of my life up to this point, which my first album kind of did it, it just didn't sound as good.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm going full circle again and be like, okay, let me go from the age of 7 till now. Here's what really transpired.
Right.
And I have to break it up
now.
Right. And that's going to be, ooh. And so I have to break it up in terms of this is what the mentality was. Okay, we went to here. Okay, now we're here. So we're moving through these different pieces in my life. And I'm starting to, starting to realize what's going on. I'm starting to realize how I could change. Because even like the music that I used to put out, I still put it out, but the music that I put out before this album coming, I always like to have a message in it, but it was more self-inflicting than anything.
Yeah.
It was more self-reflection, and it was more sad because I was still going through it, but that I can't stand it, but that it makes the best music. That's
where I'm at right now. I can't not make this sad ass music.
Right. So after this album,
my system.
Right, I gotta get the sadness out. So after this album, I'm definitely going to moving on to happier music, and it's still gonna be a message in it, but I'm just making not more. I'm gonna challenge myself with some more hardcore beats, and I'm gonna reach out to producers and be like, yo, can I get one of those? Let me get that. Let me just challenge myself writing wise and production wise, just so I can just hop on some joint and just smash it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want.
I always been like a feature goat. You know what I'm saying? I could hop.
Hey, you do. Hey, homegirl.
And that's not even my style of music. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example.
You killed that.
I could jump on some shit that's not my style, but just murder it.
And that's great. And that's what I want to reach that, or not pinnacle, but I want to reach in that lane. I want to go in that lane just to see what I can do. Because I think it's necessary. You have to expand your vocabulary. You have to expand your production, your music style, and your taste. Because if you just listen to one genre all day long,
that's all you're gonna be.
That's all you're gonna be. You're gonna be kind of limited. So.
Right, man. What makes WYSE unique? What makes WYSE special? What makes WYSE different?
Man, my mentality. A lot of it comes from my mentality. That it wasn't like this. I had to grow into this mentality and this way of thinking, and I'm still learning and still growing. That's the crazy part. Yeah. So by the time people start to catch up, I'm already probably going to be on another wave. But for me, what makes me different, just as a person, is number one, the mentality, how I carry myself, and what I want my impact to be on the world. That's why, when I come in here, the first thing I ask you is, how's your mental?
Yeah.
Don't nobody ask how your mental is. Yeah. So after that, I make sure to do that.
It's a curveball.
It's a curveball. It throws you.
Nah, okay, let me tell the truth.
It forces you to open, because I need authentic, I need real. And that's also what makes me different. That's a good segue. I'm authentic, I'm real, I am genuine. And what makes me different, man, that a lot of people probably don't understand, is I'm a work in progress just like everybody else.
Man, you know who you remind me of? And don't take this as an insult, but I always saw this in you for some reason. When I first met you, you remind me of fucking Puff Daddy, bro.
Hey!
The raw,
the raw, right.
Yeah,
thank you.
You remind me of Puff Daddy. You a showman without even trying to be a showman. It's just your personality. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you.
Motherfucker, if you in the room with him, you gonna talk to him at some point in time.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. I guess it's my demeanor. I operate in two different personalities. There's Chris and then there's WYSE, and people know the difference when they see it. Right. You see Chris, you see goofy, smiling, cool. When you see me, blazer, jeans, dress, shades, clean cut, on business, direct conversation, it's a different ballgame, and you have to even approach me differently.
Yeah, but they both approachable though.
They're both approachable.
You just gotta approach it right.
You gotta approach it right. So
you gotta have that confidence in yourself to approach that visual.
And people do say, I get this a lot, especially with the women that I've dated, I've been around. They say I'm an a-hole, when it comes to that, because I do have this thing with me about logical and emotional.
Oh yes.
And I tried to separate them, and I've been so emotional in my past, which is kind of trauma and it's triggering this childhood. So therefore, linked to my actual control issue, I have my shades on, and I'm very direct, and I'm very I'm kind of standoffish to some degree.
Well, if you want to be successful in what you're doing,
right, you kind of have to be focused.
You got to be focused, and you got to be logical at all times.
Exactly, and so that's why. But sometimes I don't know how to separate that. Sometimes I'll be
like, damn, I should have been empathetic.
I should have been empathetic right here, but I can't.
But I got my point across. Okay,
but I got my point across.
Back and talk about how you feel.
Exactly, because sometimes. Let me ask you a question. What's 1 + 1?
2.
Okay, good. But now, somebody who's emotional.
I feel like it should be 3 because
Or somebody could be like, or it's 11. It's 11.
The 1 and the 1's
1 and the 1 together, it's 11. And I'm like, your emotions getting in the way. And of course, in your feelings, you're gonna think,
dumb bitch.
Right, you're gonna think, and this goes for men and women. You think, oh my God, 1 + 1 is 11. I know it is. I'll be like, but every logical person around you gonna be like,
that's 2,
bro. We know this is 2. You see these 2 fingers? This makes 2. But a logical person be like, no. I'm sorry, an emotional person, no, this is 11. And so I try to operate more in logical because being vulnerable, especially with women, it doesn't yield the best results. It gets weaponized. I get this. I hate to say the word like dismantled, or I get belittled. Yeah. And then that doesn't just suit well, and then I end up in a deeper emotional hole because of it, and then I have to take time to get out of it versus the time that I could be putting in to actually elevate the craft, elevate the writing, elevate the music, elevate the business sense, networking, connections, blah 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 blah. I could be at a whole event, and that's why you got to focus on the goal versus the women, which I'm still learning, because you could be at a whole event. You got a whole millionaire in your face, but she really didn't call me today.
Right.
Like, dude, you got a whole millionaire in your face trying to give you a grant money.
You got a whole opportunity. You think about what she said to you earlier.
So that's why it's important for especially men and black men to operate in a more of a logical sense. I'm not saying don't be empathetic. I'm not saying don't be compassionate. Don't just not hear them out and be reasonable. But there's a time and a place, and you could be having an argument and you could be logical with a woman, and you could be apologizing for how she feels versus the actual statement. So I'm like, nah, let me be just more logical in most parts of my life, which I'm still learning how to combat that and balance that. It is a process. So
I feel you. Look, I ain't gonna go too deep into it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I got a woman now, but
yeah. You gotta play safe.
I feel you. I feel you. If anybody feel you, nigga, I feel you.
I know you feel me. We get it. We here.
Let's go back to music, man.
Yes, sir.
What's been your most successful song or project, and what do you feel like has been your most slept on song or project?
I have no successful project right now because I'm almost
slept on.
I'll talk about the success, because my success factor is I'm hard on myself. So my most successful song probably technically would be Temptations, even though I don't consider it as a success because it's not up to millions of streams. I'm not getting a lot of royalties from it yet, in that vein. And that's from the latest album. But I think my most slept on song is Emotions from the same album.
Ooh.
Either Emotions or the track that I got with Hash called Shining. It's called Keep On Shining, sorry.
Hash is dope, man. He's like Rakim.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he got that swag about him. It's that New York swag. And I think he's from Virginia though, but he got that East Coast in him, and it just comes across like that. So, yes, sir.
Man, what has been your dream or favorite collaboration?
Oh, easily, collaboration from a joint venture as a label.
Yeah.
To hop on this record. Because I think that will solidify a lot of things, and I only want to work with bosses. I only want to work with big name people. I'm sorry, no disrespect to anybody else.
Work harder.
There you go, work harder. And I'm not saying I'm this grandest person. I'm not there by no means, but I know where the aim is, and I don't mind working with people because I mean we all on a certain level, so I don't mind working with anybody. You just got to be talking about something. You got to have some substance in your joint. Like I can't do the whole mumble. I can't do the whole let me shake my ass. I can't do the whole twerk joint. I can't do it.
You got your genre.
I got my genre, and I'm willing to go out of my genre as long as there's a message. And it's a suitable message,
right?
And also, you know, that is it got some substance to it, man. Like you gotta talk about something,
or at least talk about how you feel.
Talk about how you right, and we can have the fun. We can have the fun ton of records. I'll get on those. I'm going to be moving into a space where I will want to do more of those, but for the most part, man, you gotta hit me with some knowledge. You gotta hit me with some education, but make it fun. Cole does it all day. Kendrick does it all day. Logic does it all day. So it's not impossible. You can do it. You just have to dive deep into your writing to do it.
I imagine that's the standard. That's the motto for the label.
Yeah. I get more open with the label. Because
talk about the label.
Okay. So I started the label actually back when I started school. Yeah. It was actually I'm sorry, after school. Here's the backstory on that. I got kicked out of my apartment. I was homeless. Yeah. Right? And thank goodness for mom. Shout out to my mama Ellis. I appreciate you. Got shout out moms. So while I got kicked out after I graduated school, I was like, damn, okay, I ain't got nowhere to go because my job was slow, the hours was trash, and so I lost the apartment. Thank goodness my mom got me a extended stay. Yeah. That extended stay was supposed to be for 4 weeks. It ended up being 4 months. And so I remember I was still working, I still had a job, and I remember I got my check one time, and during this time, I swear God be putting you in positions where you gotta sit still, and where you gotta shut up, and where you gotta really look around. And I was like, all right, let me look around, let me see. I'm like, dang, like you see where you at? You in a hotel. You know what I mean? Like you're in a hotel of all places.
With that fire exit map on the back of the door and shit.
like for real, like come on, like for real. So I'm over here sitting one day. And I always dreamed about having a label ever since before I even was in school. I always knew I wanted a record label. So I was sitting there one day and I was like, man. So I started Googling stuff. I'm like, how to start a record label. Shout out to Google. Right. So how do I start this record label? So while I'm sitting there, all this stuff come up and I came across this company called Ditto Music. Ditto Music had record label in a box. Ooh. Sounds tempting. I started looking at the contents of the box, what came in and what was done. I was like, oh snap, like I could do this. I think this could work. And so my check came that week, and I had two options. I was like, you know what? I could pay to stay here for another week, or I could start the label.
Right. Well, it's obviously what you did. You took that leap.
All money. Yeah. So my mom was like, hey, mama, can you pay this bill? Help me pay this bill. She's like, all right, I'm going to send it, whatever. But I put that money that I got from my check, and I started the label. Within 4 months of operation, I signed 5 artists. So I signed Summer. Summer Janelle was actually my first artist on the label. Then I went and got Cataract. And then there was Bella, and then there was Arrow, and then Vinny T, which is actually Hash's right hand man.
Dope.
So yeah, so that was a big leap.
Hell yeah.
Didn't know what the heck I was doing. All I know is I wanted to start a label. And then, but my tenacity, my passion, my aggressive, assertive nature was like, I gotta go do something.
Right.
So 4 months in, eventually I was able to get my own apartment. I was a cool guy situation, but I was still like trying to move with the label. So we started doing stuff. I signed Summer. First record out was Yeah. Boom. Out the gate.
Hell yeah.
Then then I signed Cataract. First song was Blessed. And then boom, we started going. Then his EP came out. Then Summer's EP came out. And then we was doing video shoots. I was like, oh, this is it. This is the life. This is it. Bella, my youngest one. Ooh, EP come out. Songs come out. I'm producing now. I'm like, oh snap. I'm in the game. And so this is when I started making all those connections. That's when I started running into Caliwood. I started running into Tucson. And then my boy Native Son, and all of these people started to come around and connect.
It just started happening.
And I was like, oh my gosh,
I'm a label boss. And
of course, I mean, well, we ain't making no money.
Making moves though.
We making moves, and so you have to. I learned this from Denzel Washington. I was watching the video. He said, "Don't confuse movement with process, because you could be standing, you could be running, but in place and not move." And so I was trying to figure out, all right, what's my next step after this? How do I reach the next pinnacle? So I created some metrics for myself. And I'm still working on these metrics. They keep growing, they keep moving. So now I have management with Silver Lining Promotions. Shout out to Miss Valerie Harris, the whole team over there. Shout out to Max, the Outlaw as well. That's his mom. He's also an artist. So that's the team. That's the team for management. But yeah, started the label G, and I just really started moving, putting pieces together and be like, all right, and researching all at the same time. Be like,
it's still steady learning.
Still steady learning. All right, cool. How do I do this? Still having to work a regular job, and I'm still working a regular job, but still working a job, and still trying to just move in the capacity of let me get somewhere to where I can get recognized and notarized, and then that's when the traction started.
Something to show.
Absolutely.
What's been the biggest challenge?
Starting the label. The biggest challenge was walking into that thing blind as hell and be like, all right, you say you wanted to do this,
let's do it.
So when I finally bought it, when I was still in the hotel, I got what was it? I got the record label in the box. Then the very next check, I went and got the LLC.
Ooh.
This is all still in the hotel.
When you put it on paper.
Boy.
Look at that little certificate.
They sent me a box. Cause I went through InkFile, so shout out InkFile.
Yeah.
I went through InkFile, and they gave me my own tax, or like my tax. I guess what a tax account. And shit. Yep. And the EIN, all that. Got my little seal and stuff. I still got the box, and it says Likewise Productions LLC on it. And so I'm like, like, oh my gosh, like this is real.
Yeah.
And so that's when I knew I had to really move into. I had to move. I was like, all right, it's time to go. All right, no time to celebrate. Time to move.
Same here.
So that's why
I have that bad. Accomplished some shit. Not celebrate nothing.
I'm telling you. People really celebrate when you get the LLC. Don't get me wrong, you can be happy, but
it's like you just spent some money. That's it.
That's all you did. You ain't make it back.
You just bought something.
Yeah, you ain't make it back yet.
Yeah.
And I barely made it back. I spent about, in total, probably about a G to get the label started.
All mine was like 2,700 and 1,000.
Whew.
I got 4 of them. So.
Oh, you got 4? That's okay. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You got it.
No, each one. Yeah, the trucking business, the Gina label, the Ruby Gin clothing, the VICUALS.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bro, you spending some bread.
Yeah.
You was spending some money.
Looking at all this shit like, which one do I really want?
Right.
I don't care about the money no more.
That's the whole point. The minute that you start caring about the money, that's when you really start losing.
Exactly.
Because if your mental is on, let me figure out how to get the biggest bag. That's why I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that phrase no more. I don't want to chase the bag.
No.
I don't want to chase it, because that means I'll be running forever.
Here, I guess you might call this a gym.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I've learned the connections are the currency, bro.
Facts. You have
the
true
people
words.
You know is the money.
Oh my gosh.
that person that calls you like, hey, you should pull up to yada yada yada. Hey, Sauce Walker in the studio. Shout out to my nigga Street Nerds Radio. Sauce Walker in the studio. Just pull up. And just say I sent you. Walk in there, you meet Sauce Walker, and he give you a fucking 30-minute lecture on how to be successful.
That's
like this.
But that's the
currency.
That's the currency. You're not gonna get there anywhere else. You never know in that point of time. You never know what may happen to you or that person. Not like God forbid, but like you don't know.
Don't know.
So when things happen and align that way, take it.
That's the money. I met T-Rail that night too.
T-Rail, yeah, I did. I opened for T-Rail one time at a nightclub for a show. I think that Mike from GBL was throwing. I forgot, but I remember he was sitting in the back.
Mike is currency too.
Mike.
First few times I met Mike, he gave me some gems.
He did. He took me out to eat. I never did
no official business with him, but he a good dude to me.
I finally did some business with him when I did my first networking event.
Yeah.
And the man is dope because he gave me money, knowing that he wouldn't get it back.
Right.
I was like, bro, you know you're not getting it. He was like, yeah.
He just want to see you win.
He's like, here, I know you need it for something. I'll help you sponsor. First event, he ain't asking nothing back. So I was like, yo, dope, thank you. And he took me out to eat.
He treated you like a real business.
Treated me like a businessman. I was like, this is dope. This is what.
That's the currency.
That's the currency.
Getting that respect. It's like Super Mario with the mushrooms.
Exactly.
It does something to your spirit. Like, I'm a fucking boss out here.
I'm a boss, yo.
I am.
And I thought I'm even learning how to change that term. Don't get me wrong, a boss is great.
Yeah. But
I think I'm learning how to be a leader more.
Yeah.
Because a boss, don't get me wrong, a boss is the person that points and everybody just got to listen to. And that's my controlling nature. Yeah. And so that's why I think I still want to be boss. But if I'm a leader.
They love to call you the boss if you're the leader.
If you leading, that means that I'm going to help each and every single one of you get to a certain point. Because let's be honest, nobody's in control of anybody.
No.
So it's kind of hard when you say boss to somebody. Telling somebody what to do, most people don't even like that.
Exactly.
That's why most people don't like their bosses. Most people don't like their jobs because they got to go sit and be like, did you get these papers done? All right. But if you're a leader and say, hey, I'm going to help you get here so that you can go flourish and we can all be leaders. If I got 10 grand in my pocket and I got 10 friends, a boss would just keep the 10 grand. Mm-hmm. But a leader is going to say, here go $1,000 for each of y'all.
And y'all gonna make that 10 grand.
Y'all go make that 10 grand again.
And then bless 10 people.
And then that's what a leader does. You pay it forward.
Man. That was some good shit right there. That was some good shit right there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look. How you handle haters?
I don't have any haters. I have admirers.
I don't have haters either. A lot of people fucking love me.
They love you. They just don't know. Some of them just don't know how to articulate it.
Yeah, they don't know how to express it.
They don't know how to express that.
Just stop fucking with me.
And so some people, some people will quote unquote hate you. Hate is a very strong word. You got to be careful how you use it. You can dislike me all day, but when you say you hate me, that means you have ill will intentions against me.
That's like a gun. That's
like a gun. And so that means you're ready to shoot and you're ready to do damage and kill. I don't hate nobody. So I don't think I have any haters. I think I have people who don't know how to express the fact that they like what I'm doing and they would love to be a part of it, or they would love some information on how to do better in their particular field by watching me.
My nigga.
That's what I'm saying. So when people be like, yo, bro, like they're hating on you, like, no, you really not hating. You probably, and some people don't even know why. You know how some people don't like you just because? Yeah. I'm like, you probably just don't like me because your homie told you not to like me. Mm-hmm. Because they probably did some bad business, but instead of owning up to it and accountability, they will come back and be like, well, I really did this, but I'm gonna tell my homie that he did this, and now his homie ain't gonna mess with you. And it's a lot.
You'll be surprised how quick grown-ass men could get past something with just a simple, I fucked that up, my bad.
Do you understand like a 5-minute conversation can solve most problems?
If even 5.
Even 5.
Because men are short. You know what I'm saying?
We short with it. We direct.
Like,
I'm sorry. That was my bad. That was on me, bro. You want to go get some food?
Like, yep, let's go. And the squash.
I remember like back in the day when homies used to get mad. He was like, you know what, we gonna duke it out. Let's go ahead and duke it out for 5 minutes.
And the squash.
And it's after that, cool. You trying to go hoop?
Like that shit's
people used to be really cool after they fight each other. Be like, all right, let's go do something.
Yeah, like
we got it out.
Best friends for life.
Yeah, that's how some people. I'm pretty sure some people like.
Now they want to just fucking murder you.
Now they just want to just kill you because you just not rocking.
They fucked you over,
right? And they want you to feel bad for it.
They want you dead.
Right, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Welcome to 2023.
Welcome to 2023.
Or 2024, depending on when it's come out.
Whenever this comes out.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right, look, we're going to switch gears, man.
Switch gears, let's go.
You got this podcast out, man.
Yes, sir.
And I've been checking you out, and I've been liking the episodes. I've been liking the quality. I've been liking the guests. It's crazy because like Denver Response, so I either worked with or met like every guest you had.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Exactly.
It was dope, man. Talk about the podcast, bro.
The podcast was called the Like Bonds Podcast. It's all about elevation, motivation, inspiration for your mental. Everybody has a brain.
Yeah.
And everybody has a mentality. And sometimes those mentalities that you have can hinder your process into you getting to the next space in your life. And so my job is to learn with you, but also help you achieve it. Because as I'm learning, then you'll learn. And then you'll grow. Because the last thing I want to do is hold you back. I just want you to succeed. And if that's with me or without me, that's okay.
As long as you win.
As long as you win. Sometimes I may not want you to sit at my table just because of what I've heard or what I've seen. But that does not mean that you should not be winning out here.
Right. Like you got to be at a table.
There's 8 billion people on this planet, G. It's okay if 10 people don't mess with you. I promise you.
It's fine. You're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be okay. But a lot of the time, the mentality of people, how that works, they start to dwindle in like how they see the world and how they can actually see themselves win. And so I cover every topic from procrastination to overthinking, like the episode 8, whenever that airs, that's about to come out. I just talked to a former NFL quarterback by the name of Mike Barella. He was a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. And
he talked about his transition of starting over. And that's also another thing. So I always give a message at the end. And an underlying reason of why I do the podcast, not only to elevate your mind and your mentality and learn and grow with you, but it's also for my son. Mm-hmm. If something happens to me, God forbid, he can go back and be like, this is my dad. Mm-hmm. And this is this is what he did. And this is how he talked about it. This is how he moved. And so I'm going to take that information and I'm about to run with it. I'm about to blow up. And so everything that I do now, that's why everything that I have to do now is for my son.
Hell yeah.
Every decision that I make is for him. So the podcast came about because I knew everybody had a mental, and I'm going through my mental things too. And so like, why not talk about it? Why not have a perfect platform to talk about mental health?
New purpose. I'm a new father, new dad. So now it ain't me no more, homie. No,
that life
somebody
is over.
Else.
That life is over with.
Yeah.
It ain't never about you no more. My mama and my sis be calling, hey, can you put your son on?
Sure. I ain't worried about you.
I ain't worried about
put
me.
Put the baby on. Hey, I'm like that with my niece and my sister. Get the fuck off the phone.
Get off the phone. Like,
put the baby on the phone.
Put the baby on, because it does. It's like at this point, homie. Like, yeah, we know you should be able to take care of yourself, but then, it's still that mental thing. So, it's an underlying reason with him to showcase to him, hey, this is how some things should work for you. Uh-huh. Because I remember when I was 7 years old, I was mentally and emotionally unstable. And so the last thing I want is for him to be at 7 years old
repeating
the same cycle. He will be, quote unquote, I hate to say it, but that nigga.
Yeah.
He will be that guy. Most women will not be able to be around his frequency. Most men will not be able to tolerate him unless they are the same caliber or better. And
love it.
He will be so emotionally intelligent. It's going to throw people. It's going to make people mad if they're not healed.
But he's going to be successful.
He's going to be successful, and he's going to be that guy.
Yeah.
But that blueprint has to be laid somewhere, and that blueprint has to be laid by me as his father.
Dope.
Because we see the statistics with just a single mother, and I'm not, and no diss to the single mothers out there. You know, some of y'all got the deadbeat dads, and we get it. But for the ones who are there, cherish them, because the statistic is that with no father in the house, 3 times more likely to go to prison, 3 times more likely to commit suicide, 3 times more likely to be into crime activities. We see what happens when a father don't take the time, or a man is not present. And so me, I didn't have a father. I don't know what that's like. So me not knowing that, I'm started from ground zero. So I'm looking at my mentor, and I'm like, okay, how do I do this thing we call life, or this thing called fatherhood? And how do I maneuver that with him to learn and grow? So, yeah, man.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Man, favorite guest or any dream guest to have on your podcast?
Oh, man. I don't know why I'm thinking LL Cool J.
Fuck it.
LL Cool J.
Law and Order or not Law and Order? he cop all the time. Why rappers get
old? Why rappers be cop? Ice-T be doing that too.
Yeah,
they make a song called Cop Killer, but like 20 years later, you on SVU. But probably LL Cool J. I ain't gonna lie, bro. People sleep on this man, Ray J.
Ray J's a GOAT. Ray J's,
you know what I mean? You know how many people Ray J is probably connected to? He been around since he was a kid. Since as a kid. Since like what, 93, 94?
Moesha, right?
Well, even like right before Moesha even. So he's been around, and like the information, I think like he looks goofy because he's on reality TV. It looks like he's just failing at everything. Nah, homie actually is a gem.
Can't be failing.
He can't be failing. Obviously, he making money somewhere. He doing it right somewhere, or he doing it he doing it to a certain extent.
Right.
So him, of course, I would have Hov on the show. Hov would be just, and then I would love to have Russ.
That'd be dope.
Oh my gosh. And it's all about mental health. So, hey Russ, if you ever see this or hear this, man, if somebody got a connection, I would love to have you on the podcast. You gotta fly out though. You gotta fly out. You gotta come over here. I gotta see you in person. So yeah, probably I know I said it like a couple people, but Hov, Russ, Ray J, and you know another big person, Snoop. Snoop got too many stories.
Yeah.
Snoop got too many. And then Master P. Oh my gosh. He probably the richest out of all of them. Low key, he just don't flaunt it like that. Yeah. Well, we all know Hov is the billionaire, but
Master P close.
Master P close. He probably close. He close. He just don't talk. He don't talk about it, and people really be shitting on this man for having a cereal, for having a design shoe. But you'll go and buy them, no disrespect to MJ, but you'll go buy them Jordans for $250. But you won't go to Master P and buy his.
Black people in the image.
It's the consumerism. It's the brand and what it represents. And don't get me wrong, I love MJ just as much as the next person.
Yeah.
But there's another black guy out here that is making shoes.
You know who makes better shoes to me?
Who?
Than MJ?
Who?
The Ewings. Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing? I didn't even know he had
Ewing Athletics.
I ain't even heard of that. That's what I'm saying. I don't see
shoes $80, maybe 90.
Shaq had some shoes too.
Shaq.
And those was a Payless. And mother was sleeping at Payless.
Shaq Gnosis with the spirals on them.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even hear about Patrick Ewing. Like, I need to know about
Patrick Ewing got Ewing Athletics, bro, and they some dope ass shoes.
I'll buy them if they
and
nice.
Like straight East Coast shit. That's where they all selling, like New York and Philly.
Oh, got you. That makes sense.
So
but that's a lot of people don't.
Bulky, you know what I'm saying? Almost boot like, but comfortable as hell. I got 2 pair.
Let's go. I gotta see them joints. I gotta see how they look.
Hell yeah.
Man.
All right, look.
What's up?
Damn, we ain't even halfway through. We almost had an hour.
I love it. We gonna talk. We gonna do a lot. We can talk all night, man.
All right. Is there anything on this journey that you wish you did different? We getting close to wrapping it.
Oh, okay. No worries. Anything that I feel like on this journey I should have done differently. Make better financial decisions.
Same.
I struggle with that all the time. And also, believe in myself more.
I could say the same two things.
If I had half the confidence that I do now when I was 7 years old, I probably would have never known you. Or at least in this capacity yet.
But you can't expect that.
I can't expect that. Yes, so I can't really say. But I never would have. Well, that's a bad example. I probably would not be in Colorado. I would probably be on I'll probably be on a tour somewhere. I would have probably been next to Hove already.
Taking more leaps.
I would have been taking a lot more leaps, and I probably would have got a lot further. But my confidence was lacking because my emotional intelligence was off because I was so emotional.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't equate. So if my logical brain was there, absolutely, I would have been quote unquote that guy.
Hell yeah,
for sure.
What's your ultimate goal?
Financial stability.
Yeah.
Social, economic impact. Loving relationship. Peace.
Hell yeah. What's next for WYSE?
New album. Hopefully, music wise, another album.
Yeah.
And show wise, more festival driven.
Yeah.
And then project based wise, award show. Anybody that wants to help me with that, don't steal it. Help me with it.
Remember there used to be a 5280 Awards?
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Bring that shit back.
Exactly.
But just something.
I already got the presentation. I got it mapped out. I got the budget.
If you ever need
you know I'm calling you.
I'm pulling up with that video.
You know I'm calling you. Well, I already got the venue that I even wanted it. I won't disclose it, but I got the venue that I wanted it.
You just got to get them in the building.
I just got to get them in the building. So.
All right, yeah, look. Okay. Cut. All right, so we done got to know WYSE. We done got to know your history, your background,
yes,
from childhood to the label, to the podcast, to the artists you work with, to the Art Institute, to just the art of WYSE.
Yes, sir. The art of WYSE.
I'm about to ask you some random questions, man, and you can elaborate if you want, but they some random chicken or beef. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just some random questions.
Chicken or beef.
And you got to see where your head's at.
Okay, yes, sir.
Greatest shoe of all time.
Gosh, greatest shoe of all time. Hold on. The greatest shoe of all time? I gotta go with Jordan 1s.
Yeah, legendary
Jordan 1s. You know, the that's a movie based on those shoes.
I watched it. I think it's called Air
or something like that. Yeah, it's called Air.
It was pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet. I gotta see.
It's on Amazon. Watch
it's on Amazon. Okay, good. So yeah, but the reason why I picked those shoes is because the story of how he translated and transitioned how athletes were branded and marketed with shoes.
Changed the world with that shoe.
Changed the world with that shoe. So I said Jordan 1s.
Top 3 movies of all time.
The Wood.
You look like a The Wood ass nigga. Man.
Oh my God, The Wood. Friday. And
know every word of that movie.
I know every word to that movie. It's crazy. So The Wood, Friday. Man, a third movie. Hold on, I want to say it. A third movie. To me, Be Cool. A movie called Be Cool.
Oh, with The Rock in it.
Yeah, Rock, John Travolta, Christina Milian, Andre 3000, Cedric.
Don't give me no good.
Yeah. Yep. So I love those. Oh, sorry. Fourth one. it's probably beats Be Cool, Loving Basketball.
Oh yeah. You gonna get cool points with the women on that one.
Exactly. Loving basketball every day.
All right, so you an audio engineer too, producer. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? You run the studio.
Yes, sir.
When it's time to run the studio.
I run it. Yes, sir.
What is something the artist could say to immediately make you stop the session?
Oh, me to make me stop the session?
Like, man, we going home.
Hey, bro, you sure you know what you're doing?
The record skip.
Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna sit back real quick. I want you to sit behind this desk and I want you to push these buttons. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
you got it. I ain't mean like that, bro. I'm just saying like you know what you're doing, like.
Hey, in this field I'm in now, you know what I'm saying? Well, since I've known you, I've been in this field, but you know I was an artist forever.
Exactly.
But what gets me is, bro, all you gotta do is hold the camera.
Nigga,
hold it then, bitch.
You hold it.
Hold this.
You got it. You can shoot the whole video by yourself.
Hold it. All I gotta do is hold the camera.
All you gotta do is hold the camera.
I cut a bitch off saying that too. All you do is walk around with a camera.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. But do you know I gotta go get lighting? I gotta do camera angles. I gotta do my f-stop, making sure I gotta get a 1640 somewhat lens. I got there's different lenses. If you want a bird's eye view, you gotta get a longer lens. If you want to watch, people don't understand.
But just hold. All you gotta do is
hold the camera. Do you even know what type of camera this is?
Right.
Do you even know you can't do certain f-stops? You can't do white balance on. Do you even know a difference between a Sony and a Canon and a Nikon?
And that just comes to like lack of respect, man.
Right. So
and with me, respect over everything.
Respect over everything. You can be trash, but if you respect me, I'll be like,
you gonna hang around.
We gonna hang around and we can work with that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna lie.
Something out of you.
I'm gonna tell you trash because
you trash.
You trash.
But we can build from that.
We can build. We can build.
Trash can be recycled.
Trash can be recycled. Oh, reusable energy.
Fucking dumb.
We stupid.
All right. Soul food or Mexican food?
Soul food. All day, every day.
Greatest album of all time?
Thriller.
Yep. A book that changed your life?
A book that I plan on reading, The Art of War.
Your happiest moment this year?
My son being born.
When life gets tough, who or what is your crutch?
What's my crutch?
Yeah, when life gets tough, who's your crutch?
Music. Just bumping music every day and understanding that whatever you're going through, man, it's gonna come a time where the sun still gonna come out tomorrow.
Shit.
So
if I wasn't making music, I'd be
probably an architect. I like mansions.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know why, but I've always been kind of into like the architecture, like behind the scenes of how mansions, how houses are built.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Tons of them.
Yeah, because I love mansions. I want to live in a mansion. Yes. Yeah. I want to pay like $10 million for mine. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. I'll cap mine at like 3.
3 million?
It's just me right now. So.
It's just you right now. I ain't gonna lie. I got a whole outline for my house that may cost about 30 million.
Hey, me too. I don't want to be able to have to leave my damn property.
I'm not leaving my property for nothing. Right. I will have a basketball court as a warehouse that you can take a path to.
I need like 3 warehouses.
What? Oh yes, because you gonna have a sound stage. You gonna have sound stages.
Everything. I'm gonna have a whole damn concert.
Bro, you gonna be like Tyler Perry. That man don't never leave his place.
Hey, that's my.
He ain't got to.
That's my influence.
That's your influence, right? So, yeah, definitely, architecture or motivational speaking. But I can already move into that. I'm already doing that in a sense. So yes,
you already a performer.
So. I'm a performer. So yeah.
Even when you stop in between your songs.
Yeah.
That's your opportunity.
Oh man, you're right. Exactly. Man, you're right.
DMX used to make motherfuckers cry like praying and shit.
Man, that's what DMX used to do. Have everybody crying. He a whole thug.
All right, last one.
Yes, sir.
What's the most important thing you've ever done?
Important thing I've ever done, man. Believing in myself, trusting in me.
Real shit.
And understanding that this is a journey, bro. And in this journey, in this life, in this flesh that I'm in right now, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, we're not guaranteed next week, next year. next 10 years, 20 years in this flesh right now. Do the best that you possibly can. As long as you put in the effort, you won.
Hell yeah.
You won by waking up.
Being able to put in
the fact that you can walk, you can talk. I'm in my right side of my body. I got all my 10 fingers and my 10 toes. And I'm talking to you from a perspective of what we call a sound mind and body and spirit.
Yeah.
Bro, I won today.
Let's go.
I won today. Do you understand? I don't never take an L. I never took an L. Only L's I have are lessons.
I never took an L. My name is literally Victor. We cooking today.
We cooking. We cooking. I don't take no L's, homie.
Hell yeah.
It's all about perspective. But yeah, believing in myself and trusting in myself and going for it. And that is an everyday thing. I'm not sitting here today and saying I got this mapped out. Man, this thing is called life.
So really, the most important thing you've ever done, you have to do it again every day.
Yeah, every day. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. The most important thing is every day.
Did you do it again?
Did you do it again?
Yeah.
You know how many people stop?
Trust me, I know.
You know how many people?
And they be all around us, like, come down here with us.
Hey, why would I do that?
Mm-mm. You stopped.
You stopped, no? You're content. You're comfortable. Why would I want to be comfortable? I'm good.
That's when your organs start feeling it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't active. You just fucking die. You waste away.
You wasting away because you ain't comfortable. You're not doing anything. Like, you're content, and of course that is a process. But yeah, for sure.
All right. Interview is over.
Yeah.
We done asked the important questions. We done asked the fun shit. We done asked the serious shit. We done know your background, your passions, your businesses, the podcast. I done said that shit like 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
Yeah, we run that back again. This is the portion of the segment, or the segment of the portion of the episode of the What's Good Casual.
Portion of the show.
This is the portion of the show.
Yes.
Where I tell my guests to talk their shit. So at this time, you can look into the goddamn camera.
Yes, sir.
You can say whatever you want, however you want to, whoever you want, for as long as you want. The floor is yours. Promote your socials. Do all that good shit.
Okay.
WYSE. Talk your shit.
All right. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, my name is WYSE, and I represent a company called WYSE Productions, LLC. I appreciate Mr. Vic from VICUALS Multimedia for allowing me to be here on the What's Good Convo. The IG is AWYSE Vision, no spaces. The label Instagram is WYSE Productions LLC, no spaces, and the podcast is at Like Minds Pod, no spaces as well. So I appreciate everybody, for tuning in. All the people that are going to tune in, I thank you in advance. I don't like the word humble, and so I won't be. I will be that guy. This is a future affirmation for me and myself, and also my son. And I tell everybody right now, I will use this time right now to tell everybody, be you, be the best you that you possibly can be. Understand that the sun is going to shine tomorrow, regardless. And if you wake up tomorrow, that means you have another opportunity to do this thing that we call life. And you should take that opportunity and use it to your advantage. In terms of talking my shit, I'm pretty dope. If I must say so myself, I'm confident in myself to understand that I am dope. The music is dope, so please go check out the latest album, Love, Life, and Lessons, on all the streaming platforms. I have that in the bio for IG. Probably is by the time this airs. And last but not least, man, the minute that you stop living is when you start dying. So make a choice to live every day like it's your last.
Nice.
Y'all stay good, man.
I'm Vic Carter. This is WYSE, owner of WYSE Productions.
Yes.
Like Minds Podcast.
Yes, sir.
And what else? What else you on?
What else I'm on? Jeez. Those are only two big things on one right now. I got some other stuff that we gonna talk about off camera.
Yeah. But this been another episode of What's Good Casual Convo.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Out this bitch.